guys, welcome to my boudoir. So today I have a different kind of video for you. I am going to be taste testing some low carb or keto friendly breakfast food items from the brand Sola, I think is how you pronounce it. So I've been following a low carb or keto diet since about August of last year, so a little over a year, and I don't have strict kind of before and after numbers, but I want to say I've lost about 15 pounds. So definitely an improvement. And I mean, you can see I didn't have, 100 pounds to lose or anything like that. So anyway, I definitely look for lower carb options of some of my favorite foods, and those can be a little hard to find in your traditional grocery store. I know there are a lot of kind of indie companies out there that make keto-friendly items, but if you just want to go to your regular grocery store and look for keto or low-carb alternatives of traditionally higher carb foods, they can be a little hard to find. So that was kind of what drew me to this brand. Was I came across it in my grocery store first. I don't think I saw it online, unless it was like in the keto Instagram feed or whatever. So I definitely wanted to try out some of their foods. So I purchased all of this from Harris Teeter, which is a kind of traditional grocery store in the Mid-Atlantic and Southeast, I guess. I do know that they, I think, stock at HEB. This is I want to say Austin-based company, so if you are in the Texas area, there are probably grocery stores near you that stock it as well. And I think Amazon also carries some of their products. So I'm going to show you what I have on my little tray here. I have a coffee, so I don't want to kind of spill it and be too crazy. So a lot of what they make is kind of breakfast items. They make bread and ice cream. And ice cream was actually the first product that I tried from them, and I've purchased multiple different flavors. I think it's a good, easily accessible keto alternative. I know there are other keto ice creams out there that may be better in terms of their macros, but if you're just looking for something better than like Ben & Jerry's, and you can find it, it's definitely worth looking at. So I have my computer here so I can reference their website. So the website is solasweet.com. It's SOLASWEET. And like I said, the products they have include bread, which I've made into toast. I have two different styles or flavors here. And they also have granola, which I have two different flavors of. They have ice cream, which I mentioned. They have nut bars, which are essentially granola bars, so I have three different flavors of those. They have sweetener, like a sugar substitute, so I have 2 packets of that here. And then they have yogurt, and I have 2 different flavors here. So I'm going to go ahead and fix my coffee here while it's warm. I left the cream out so it wouldn't cool down. Normally I just drink coffee and cream. I don't add any kind of artificial sweetener to it. But for the purposes of this video, and let's just get a baseline here. Alright, so 1 packet, it says 0 grams net carbs, and 1 packet is 3 grams. I don't know if these are traditionally a teaspoon size, but the ingredients here are erythritol, tagatose, maltitol, and then it says contains 2% or less of monk fruit extract, xanthan gum, stevia leaf extract, and natural flavors. So I know the maltitol is kind of a red flag for a lot of you, so I will talk about that in a moment. I don't know if I want to put, I'm going to try and put like half a packet, because like I said, normally I don't put any sort of sweetener. So it definitely tastes sweeter. I would say I think it kind of, like the stevia taste kind of comes through. So honestly, I think I prefer my coffee just with cream in it, but if you need some sort of sweetener in your coffee, it's a viable option, I would say. And you're probably used to that like artificial taste. So this is the box for that sweetener packet. There are 40 packets. And I can't remember offhand how much I paid for this. I will try to note it down below. And I should mention, if you are interested in picking any of these items up in store, Ibotta, which is like a online rebates kind of app. It's IBOTTA. I'll provide a link below. They have cashback bonuses basically on a lot of these products, so definitely worth looking into. It says Sola low-calorie sweetener packets. Each packet sweetens like 2 teaspoons of sugar with 75% fewer calories. It says 0 grams net carbs, low glycemic, gluten-free. And then there's also a 16-ounce pouch of sweetener that measures cup for cup like sugar, it says. So the back of the box here, it says 3 grams total carbs, 1 gram sugar, 2 grams sugar alcohol. And apparently, like the FDA guidelines for how you measure sugar, they say that one of their ingredients, they have to count as a sugar, but it's not actually a sugar. And it also says, Sola dissolves, caramelizes, and tastes just like sugar. And it was crafted by a trained chef, not a scientist. Use it in drinks, on foods, and baked goods. Okay, so that is the sweetener. So I also have some toast here, which I'm excited about. Toast or bread is one of those items that it's hard to get a really good substitute on the keto diet. I know there's like keto bread, like that stuff that you microwave for like 30 seconds and it turns into kind of an eggy substance, I guess. And there's almond bread. I think I tried a low-carb almond bread from an online company. I forget what it was called, but anyway. So I have 2 different varieties here, and I think they might have cooled off a little bit, but I just toasted these and put butter on them. So the 2 varieties I have are white wheat and deliciously seeded. There apparently is also a sweet oat variety, but my store, I think, only stocks these 2 varieties. So this must be the white wheat. So a couple things I should mention. These are the actual packages, and I want to say these were like $3.99. That kind of sticks out in my head, which is not bad even compared to like traditional breads. And at my store, anyway, these were in the frozen section, so they were kind of near the like gluten-free options. Although these are not gluten-free, so if you are sensitive to gluten, these are not a good option for you. I think they're granola and their bars are gluten-free, so you have some options there. So I had these in my freezer at home, and like I would do with any bread that was frozen, I microwaved it and then toasted it. So I think I actually microwaved mine a little bit too long. I would say maybe try 20 seconds, maybe 15, 20, and that was for 2 slices as well. I think mine ended up being like 30 seconds because I hit the 30-second and it just, kept going. So anyway, so I did that and I toasted them. So what I'm trying to say is that these will not probably taste to you like a fresh loaf of bread that hasn't been frozen. So they have that kind of texture. I don't mind that with toast. I think what you're looking for in a bread substitute, more than like the taste is fine, but I think you're looking more for the texture and that kind of chewiness, especially if you want to use it for like avocado toast or sandwiches or anything like that. So 1 slice is 70 calories, and this is the seeded version. I think I prefer the seeded version for some reason. I think I just like the taste of it a little bit more. So that is what it looks like now that I've taken a bite out of it. And it, to get a true representation of the taste, I probably should have left the butter off, but I didn't want it to be like super dry either. So like I said, they're each 70 calories, 3 grams of net carbs per slice, and 6 grams of protein. So it says contains milk, soy, eggs, and wheat. So if you have allergies, this is probably not the product for you. So it says Sola bread contains 1 gram of sugar. The average adult whole wheat bread contains 3 grams of sugar per 28 gram serving. So let's see, dietary fiber 5 grams, sugars 1 gram, sugar alcohol 0. And then it says keep frozen until ready to use. Remove frozen slices as needed, room temperature, or refrigerate for up to 7 days. So I should probably stick these back in the freezer here, but I did want to show you the packaging. And I imagine, so this one is actually a little higher in carb. The Deliciously Seeded is 4 grams of net carbs. And let's see, it looks like most of the ingredients are pretty similar. This one has a seed mix, which includes hulled millet, flaxseed, sunflower seed, chia seed. Alright, so I'm going to stick these back in the freezer and I'll be right back. Alright, since I've mentioned maltitol a couple times now, I will read what they say on their website. It says, "You're probably wondering, but wait, maltitol? Sola products have maltitol. They can't possibly be used in a ketogenic diet." Well, you can. We use minimal maltitol in all of our products, less than 2.5 grams per serving to be exact. It's only used to cause browning in the tagatose and causes no blood sugar spikes. So I will leave it up to your discretion how you take that information. I just wanted to convey it to you since I know maltitol is kind of a bad ingredient for a lot of people. So they have a whole page on their website that says Sola for the low carb dieter, parentheses, is it keto friendly? So I will link that below so you can peruse it at your leisure. So that was the bread. So the next product is kind of a combination of two. So I have 2 of their Greek yogurts. I have the sweetened plain and the vanilla. So I will still eat, I think it's like the 5% Faye. So I have no issues with the taste of unsweetened traditional Greek yogurt, but I thought I would try a couple of these as well. And they have 5 different flavors. They have strawberry, peach, vanilla, plain, and blueberry. So I didn't get the 3 kind of fruit flavors. And let's see here. So these are, looks like 2% milk fat. Each little pot here is 5.3 ounces. And they say they are 6 grams of net carbs each. The sweetened plain is 110. This one here is 100 calories, the vanilla. And the sweetened plain has 12 grams of protein. The vanilla has 11 grams. Total fat is 3 grams. And the ingredients, they use skim milk, erythritol, tagatose, maltitol, cornstarch. Vanilla flavor is for the vanilla one, obviously. Let's see. Other natural flavors include lemon juice, monk fruit, xanthan gum, stevia leaf, live and active cultures. Okay, so I did want to look up the macros on like Faye. So I'm going to do it for the 5% milk fat. So it looks like, so a Faye 5%, their pots are a little bit bigger. They are 7 ounces, so keep that in mind. And their ingredients are just grade A pasteurized milk and cream, live active cultures, and that's it. So it's basically just the dairy and the cultures. So the Faye is 190 calories, so almost twice as much as these, give or take. And there are 90 fat calories, 10 grams, so 7 more grams of fat, and their total carbs are 6. So this has the same number of net carbs. The protein, the Faye has more protein as well. So I would say if you just want yogurt on the keto diet, I would recommend just going with the Faye. This does look a little bit runnier as well. I'm not to spill it. This is the vanilla. It does say Greek yogurt. Okay, so it's a little bit, it's thicker down here. All right. So to me, this tastes more like a dessert than like a breakfast yogurt. It's a nice vanilla flavor. I don't really get a bad aftertaste from like artificial sweetener. I think this is one of those instances where if you're on the keto diet or trying to follow a low carb or kind of sugar-free, low-sugar diet. Traditionally sweetened foods that are really prevalent in American culture taste super sweet, and you don't need as much sweetness as they have, if that makes sense. So going into the sweetened plain, again, this one has kind of some water, like liquidy stuff on the top, but it does. This one is a little bit more tart. I think I prefer the vanilla. It's almost like if I want a tart yogurt, I'll just go for like the original taste of yogurt, like the Faye. This one is almost kind of like a sweet tart, like it has kind of a sweet and tart thing going on. So if I want just kind of like a creamy, sweet vanilla kind of taste, I would go for the vanilla. It's interesting. Okay. And then with the yogurts, I have 2 different types of granola here. So they have 3 flavors in total. This one is the maple pecan chocolate. I'm going to go zoom in here. So that is what that looks like. And then this one is the vanilla almond. They also make a double chocolate, which my store did not carry. Okay, so I am going to sprinkle a little bit. Let's see. It's weird to have so many kind of high carb foods in one meal. It's like, where are my eggs? Where are my bacon? Okay. So I think both of these are gluten-free. So this is the chocolate with the vanilla. And the chocolate is nice. I kind of wish my store had the chocolate, double chocolate. So it provides a nice kind of crunch and chew if you like having yogurt with a granola. So if you're really looking for a keto-friendly alternative to granola and you don't feel like making your own, I would say this is a viable option. I want to say these were like $5.99 a bag, maybe. But I don't think these are only nuts. Like a lot of keto recipes that you find on the internet are basically just toasted nuts and coconut and that sort of thing. I think they have some other kind of ingredient going on. So that was the maple pecan chocolate. It's interesting to put maple and chocolate together, but I definitely do all of those flavors. So this one says 3 grams in net carbs, 140 calories, 7 grams of protein, and gluten-free. And this is an 11-ounce bag. So here it says Sola granola contains 3 grams of sugar. The average adult granola contains 6 grams of sugar per 30-gram serving. So, okay, so I think this is kind of the little crispy bits. Alright, so I'll hold this, try and hold it. So those little kind of like little round bits, let's see. I think what those are it says soy crisp. So it says soy protein, isolate, tapioca starch, and salt. So the first ingredient is almonds, and then it has the soy crisp that I mentioned, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, erythritol, sunflower oil, chocolate chip, which is cane sugar, unsweetened chocolate, cocoa butter. So the chocolate chips, I was curious about that, if they were like, you know, maltitol or stevia or something. Water, tagatose, pecans, maltitol, coconut, natural maple flavor with other natural flavors, flax meal, sea salt, monk fruit extract, xanthan gum, and stevia leaf extract. Okay, so that is the maple pecan chocolate. And the other one here is the vanilla almond, and it looks like this one has only 2 grams of net carbs, so it's a little bit lower. A little bit more protein. This has 8 grams. And this has the same kind of ingredients. It says almonds, the soy crisp, sunflower seeds, erythritol, sunflower oil, water, tagatose, coconut, maltitol, flax meal, natural flavors, sea salt, monk fruit extract, xanthan gum, and stevia leaf extract. Alright, so let's give this one a taste. I might do this one on the plain sweetened. So, if you guys want to zoom in, but that is what that looks like. So this one is the vanilla almond, and this one is the maple pecan chocolate. Alright, let's try this. So I think the texture on this one is pretty similar. I would say maybe go for this one if you don't like maple or chocolate flavors, maybe. So it does have a nice texture. I think my takeaway on the granola is much like the other products I've tried, is that, with the exception of the sweetener, because I could just do without sweetener in general, but these are kind of convenience foods. Like if you really miss a certain texture of something or flavor on a low carb or keto diet, and you don't really have the time or energy to make your own, then these are kind of good substitutes. But I do think they say with, I think a lot of artificial sweeteners is that you don't want to overdo it. So you don't really want to do what I'm doing now, which is just have everything at once. I'm trying not to like finish everything, but I think the key is definitely not to go crazy and eat everything at once. All right, so the last product I have here, and I'll just mention quickly, their ice cream. It looks like they have 7 flavors, and I think I've tried 4 of them. So they have mint chocolate chip, which I've tried, chocolate fudge brownie, which is really good. Mint chocolate chip was good, but it kind of reminded me of like Breyer's ice cream, their mint chocolate chip flavor, so that kind of texture is a little bit more icy. It's not like a bright green color, and yeah, it's just not as like creamy as some other ones. So chocolate fudge brownie was really good. Then they have butter pecan and salted caramel, which I haven't tried. Chocolate chip cookie dough, which I have tried and was okay. They have strawberry vanilla swirl, which I haven't tried. And then they have chocolate peanut butter, which I think I've tried before, and I do have one of those in my freezer right now. And then the last one is French vanilla bean. So those are their ice cream flavors. So, and they specifically say on their, is it keto friendly? They say, while we wouldn't suggest eating a whole box of nut bars or a pint of ice cream in one sitting in general, you can rest assured that in moderation, just like everything in life, our products work perfectly with your keto meal plan. So they're not designed to be single servings. All right, so last product here that I have is the nut bar. And I think I have all 3 of their flavors, which are peanut butter and milk chocolate, chocolatey nuts and sea salt, and white chocolate, vanilla, and caramel. So I'm just going to take a bite of each of these. I think I've tried this chocolatey nuts and sea salt. I had one of these a few days ago. So this isn't a completely blind tasting. And this one is 6 grams of net carbs, 7 grams of protein, and it is gluten-free. So I think these have the same kind of soy crisp. This one is a chocolate flavor, so it's soy protein isolate. This one has cocoa and then tapioca starch. So that is what that looks like. And it does, like when something is so covered in chocolate, it does kind of remind you that most granola or nutrition bars that you find at the grocery store are basically candy bars. Like, they have kind of the same amount of sugar and everything, so it's really not like a health food. Okay. So, I really don't like coffee with sweetener anyway. So these are nice if you do miss kind of that chocolate candy bar type flavor that you get in like some granola bars, and that chewiness. I think if you're looking for like a real chocolate hit, I would just get like what was it, Lily's, one of their chocolate bars, and just break off a little bit. So this has 170 calories with 100 fat calories, so there are 11 grams of total fat. Again, this is the kind of thing where it's 170 calories, so if you just feel like, I was going to say if you just need a quick snack on the go, but I would say you're probably better off just having some almonds in a little baggie or something that you can take with you. If you are looking for just like a good keto snack. But again, these are kind of, if you're craving a specific type of texture or flavor or something, you can check these out. So this is the peanut butter and milk chocolate. So that is what that looks like. So I would say this one's stronger on the peanut flavor than the chocolate. Like the other one, the first ingredient is peanuts, and then it says milk chocolate, almond, soy crisp. This has sunflower seeds, sea salt, partially defatted peanut flour. So it looks like the macros between these two are pretty much the same. So the last one here is the white chocolate, vanilla, and caramel. This one has only 5 grams of net carbs. The other ones had 6. So this one definitely has that kind of white chocolate flavor to it. First ingredient, also peanuts. Then there is white chocolate flavored coating, almonds, soy crisps, there's vanilla extract, natural caramel flavors. Okay. So I would say my favorite of those three, I would say the white chocolate is probably my least favorite, just because I'm not a huge, I guess, white chocolate person. The chocolate nuts and sea salt was more like a dark chocolate type flavor, and the peanut was very strong on the peanut flavor. So I guess whatever is your personal preference there. So that is everything I have for my Sola taste test and review. I think I've kind of given you my thoughts as we went along, but to sum up here, I think as far as what I would repurchase, the ice cream, which I didn't show you, is nice because it's a quick grab and go, and I have made ice cream at home in the past, like traditional ice cream. I've never tried to make keto ice cream, so that's one thing that I just don't generally make at home for myself. So I think I will definitely finish both loaves of bread. Eventually, it's nice that they're in the freezer so they'll last longer, and for things like avocado toast or doing like egg on toast or whatever you want to do there, it is nice to have that kind of texture readily available, and that is also a type of item that I wouldn't necessarily make at home for myself. The sweetener, I don't, like I said, put sweetener in my coffee. The yogurts, like I said, personally I prefer Faye just from a nutrition and ingredient standpoint, and I also like the taste. So again, the vanilla kind of tasted like I guess the traditional vanilla yogurt, but to me it's more like kind of a sweet dessert type taste. And the granolas are nice. I didn't have the time to make my own. So a third of a cup is 140 calories. So I think you could also eat this kind of like a cereal and not have it on yogurt. So I will definitely finish these, and I like them. I just don't know from like a taste perspective if I would go out of my way to purchase them. I think, you know, convenience wise, they're obviously a lot easier than making your own. And then the nut bars, again, I don't think these are an item I will crave. I haven't really been eating kind of granola bars in general since I went to a low carb diet. And from a taste perspective, I think I would be just as happy having a handful of almonds and a little bit of dark chocolate from Lily's or another like stevia sweetened brand. So those are my thoughts on the Sola products that I've tried. If If you guys have any questions, please leave those down below, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.